Hi everyone. Well, it's been a minute. I have been at convention for Stampin' Up and also on vacation to see my sister who the convention was in Long Beach and she lives out in Indio and which is about 30 miles from Palm Springs, and she's getting over a knee replacement, so we had some special time to visit a little bit. And while I was there, I got to experience the heat. There were, one day we had temperatures of 108 that set a record not only for Indio, but for the entire United States. And I got to experience it. Isn't that special? Well, I'm back at home now and really excited to share things with you from the new catalog. And I'll let you see the outside today, and then we'll go from there, okay? All right, first of all, I wanted to give you some Stampin' news. The April 1st, the new product of the month came out and it's available. So if you haven't gotten any of these, you need to check them out because they're really nice. And if you spend $75 or more, then you can buy it for $5. And that's no joke, so no April Fools there. But this month, oh, I'm not sure what this month is. I haven't checked it out yet. Last month was a stamp set and really cute. And if you have already bought something, like if you already bought, let's say you'd already placed an order for April and you got the April selection. If you should go in and place another order, you can go back and see if there are any of the other products of the month that you have missed. We started this in December, so now you've got a few things to choose from. And then we've got exclusives. Let's see, a gorgeous collection of new craft kits are exclusively online. But it's, remember, it's while supplies last. And what's retiring from the main catalog, the best way to see what is leaving our lineup is to look at the last chance list online. And many retiring products are offered at a discount, and some, I noticed that a couple of my customers went to look for something that had already, the supply had been depleted. So don't let that happen to you. And we have new shades coming in our in colors, and I did not bring them over here to show you, so I'll catch up on that next week. Okay, here is the outside of our catalog, and the main thing I want you to know is that we're doing away with an annual catalog and then the two minis that come during the year. And we are moving to 3 catalogs, May to August, September to December, January to April, and then it'll start over again. The core products like your tools and stuff will be in each of these, and then they'll have some suites that you can focus on and choose from there. And if you'll look at all my little sticky notes, you know that I have a lot of wishes in there. Since I just got back from convention, I'm going to do what I normally do, and that is to share with you some swaps. I have a whole box full of swaps that, let me stick that one back there because I'm going to show you it next, that I wanted to show to you, and maybe it'll give you some ideas. If you don't have the stamp set, you can always use the recipe, the pattern, and use different supplies. Now this was a customer of mine that always sends sends cards to me throughout the year, and this wasn't Stampin' Up supplies, but I thought it was cute and I would show you that. Now this one has the Easter paper and the little sheep with the bell around its neck, and it says sending flowers and sunshine, and then you make me happy. And this was made by one of my roommates that I met in November. Here is a great idea if you want to do a 4th of July card. They used a embossing thing there, and they just use stars, but the main thing is the colors, and you can pick anything to do that in, but I thought that was really cute, an embossing folder. Okay, this one was different. The pieces are folded back, and I just thought that was really cute. And this one was made by Dana Mosley. Now here's another background. This has little daisies, and again the little sheep. She's added some pearls to accent the flowers, and she just used circles. She's got 2 different patterns of designer paper, and then she's got vellum. You make me happy. Here's another one in blue. Blue's my favorite color, so of course I love these. You make me smile. This is with the sunflower embossing folder, and they've added some ink to it, and it was done on some paper that I guess they just ran it through the embossing machine, and it came out looking like that. I think that was really pretty. And then I believe she went in with the blends and gave a little pop of color there with the inside of the sunflowers. Now this is one that included, oh, and I thought this was hilarious. I have done this before. I'm left-handed, and I've done this, and I'm not sure if this was intentional or not, but hello friend, and it opens this way. So I think that's adorable, and this was made by Brandy Lee Pittenger. The little bunny rabbit on it. Now this is one of the newer stamp set, Sweet Bugs, and she's got the ants down here, the DSP that comes with the sweet, and I have made this fun fold card before, and what I did was wrote my message right where this I-beam comes over, if you will. Next, another embossing folder, and look, this is vellum, and they heat embossed white on the flower, and I just think that is beautiful. And that was done with Versamark, and then the white embossing powder, and then you use your heat gun to heat it up until it melts. And you do have to be careful on vellum. It'll warp, so I saw a suggestion somewhere that you heat it a little bit on the front, then switch to the back, and kind of go back and forth, and that might help it lay flatter. And I don't know who made that pretty one. Here's one that says there's simply no words for this. A embossing folder, a round of designer paper, and then the church was stamped in Night of Navy. Some of them didn't put their name on it, so if they do, I'll tell you who made it. Now this is a cute little fun fold. I always like to do this with one of my card classes. And this one says, wishing you a lovely day. And look how cute. So it folds there. And then that's where you would write your message. So this was done where when you folded it, you creased it in the middle of the 4 1/4 and folded it back. I added this panel to it, which also has some embossing. Added some ribbon, some designer paper, and then you have that where it opens. And this was made by Judy Clock with a K. Very cute card. Another little Easter card, and look how cute this is. It has a little pocket here, and this is inside, and that can be a bookmark. So I thought that was really cute. And it says, some bunny loves you. This was by Brandy Lee Pittenger. I got 2 of her cards. Now this is that beautiful paper we have. Of course, I don't remember the name of it, but anyway, just a simple birthday card. You know, sometimes I think some of us get caught up in the fact that it's got to be layer after layer and, you know, just really fancy and intricate. And even the simplest designs can be just elegant and beautiful. So all she did, she does have quite a few layers here, but she took the designer paper for the focal point and then just added a happy birthday, added a little double linen thread there. And to someone worth celebrating every single day. She added some designer paper on the inside, and this was by Linda Minton. Oh, and this is that set that I've just gone kind of cuckoo over. It's the man set. I recently did I think my last video was on the gears and textures bundle, the stamp set and the dies. And only one thing is cut out with the die, but she used the stamps to create a background, and then she embossed it. So I thought that was really cute. Different way to use that stamp set. Now, I'm not sure what flower this is, but I thought it was beautiful the way it is cut out, and it has so much detail to it. Also, another embossing folder, and she used either blends or our little daubers to put ink on it and make that stand out. And it's all a little bit different. So that shows a variation of the green there. This one says hello. Again, a simple card. She's got a couple of layers. The DSP is the focal point with the hello. And she did the background on the hello to make it stand out just a little bit better. Added some bling. And this was made by Susan Dovidio. I know I'm slaughtering these names, so if you are there, Susan, don't kill the messenger, please. Again, now this one is done with some of our black and white paper that were colored with blends, and it says to a marvelous person on their birthday. And you know what? I think that I made that one at convention. So you can get a glimpse of a new DSP that's coming out. It's all black and white. So for those of you that love to color, that paper is for you. Now here's a cute one that just has a little piece of an embossing folder there, then cut out the flowers and added some bling to it. Very cute. Just a note. Look how cute that is. And she stamped and die cut the leaves. Used the designer paper there. And this one's a little bit different. She put the twine around and tied the bow on the side. And look, this is where it opens. So it's almost like a postcard, except that it's got the flap on top. And I think that's a cute thing to do. And this was made by Charlotte Flowers. And here's another one that I made. Very similar to the one I just showed you. Okay, now, you know, I forget about that in the catalog we have note cards that are white and have the envelope that matches them. And the way she did, well, now this doesn't happen to be one of the note cards. She cut her paper to fit the envelope. But this one is Just Because. And it's, I don't know if you call that a trifold, I guess you do, where it's scored the same on both sides. And it says, have a blessed day, just because. I thought that was real cute. Now, look at this one. Y'all, a lot of these are so simple. And like I said, if you don't have this particular stamp set, find another one. This could be a beautiful all-occasion card. 3 strips of designer paper mounted on balmy blue. Oh no, maybe that's cloud cover. And this, I believe, is the Secret Sea. And then the ribbon is put around before it's mounted on the Secret Sea. And then just put a little, doesn't even have to be a round greeting. It can just, you know, be whatever shape you wanted it to be. And this was made by Kathy Larson. You're the sweetest. And it says honey. And when you open it, that's where you could write you could either write something here if you wanted, or put some, you know, a white piece in here and write your little message right there. But I thought that was really cute. That was made by Michelle Sutton. Now this card says love and hugs. I like that. Now in this one, she ran the designer paper through with an embossing folder. And that really, I don't often do that, and I forget to do that, and that is such a great way to show off the paper. Inside, wishing you well. I like that. That's made by Pamela Kemp. Thank you. Here's another little Easter card. Very simple and cute. This was made by Annie Noel. I think that's the way it was. Now, this is made, let me open this one, with the arches. And it's a St. Patrick's Day card that I thought was just adorable. Now, I don't have this set, but I have the Potions I forgot what it's called, but it was a Halloween set that has, you know, the pot. And I had thought about making some St. Patrick's Day cards with that. So sometimes for these holiday cards, use what you have. If you don't have anything current, that's okay. Nobody's going to know but you. And, oh, I know why I left it in here. This was made by Nancy Alvarez. So I'm going to keep that with that. Okay, here's another one. Done with an embossing folder, Thinking of You. Very pretty. And they used a neutral and with the soft pink. It looks really nice. And this was by Donna Biderman or Bitterman. I think it must be Bider. Here's another one. I'm going to open this too. This was made by Nancy Alvarez. I had 2 different samples I was swapping, and if they wanted both of them, I got to pick 2 from their stash. And I just love these leaves that were cut out. Thank you. Some more designer paper. And this is on the cloud cover. Okay, now we're getting into, oh, let me show you these little favors. These were cute. Hello Spring. And she's done a little box. Cute as it can be, and it has little Kit Kats inside. I've never seen them that small. And here's a Hershey bar wrapped, and it has the little birds on it with a piece of designer paper. And this was created by Amanda Mertz. Now, some of the things, let me show you some things before I get into what we did at convention. I think I have a video on this. That was the trifold card. And you can see it when it stands up. It's it's a double Z fold, I'm sorry. Double Z fold. And it says Sending Love. That was one I did for my card class. That was our fun fold. And you may have seen some of these that I have online. Just 2 different sentiments here. But what I did was, after I cut it out, I just randomly colored the flowers and put in some green leaves. You can put as many or as few as you want. I even have one that isn't colored at all, and it's beautiful. Then on the vellum, that's where I embossed in gold the sentiments that you see. Now here was my man card, and like I said, I think I did my last video on this. I hadn't even put happy birthday, but you could put whatever you wanted. And I was very sparse because I ran out of the cutouts. And the paper, the designer paper was designed so that I didn't use the background stamps that come with the set. But the other card I showed you, let's see if I can grab that. No, it was one of the first ones. Oh well, I'm not gonna try to dig that one up. Okay, now this was one I made with Sweet Bugs, and I used our new Stampin' Positioner on this one, and it is replacing what was retired several years ago, the Stamparatus. It's very easy to use, and especially if you're doing a lot of multiple cards, which I do, I was able to stamp. I fixed it so that all of the stamps, they're 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 3 ants are one stamp. That they were all within the range of the paper. So I could stamp it in black and then go back and color it. And the paper that comes with the Sweet Bugs is just so cute. I also did this one. I did this with a class last Saturday. Oops, there's my phone. Rod, you want to take this? Okay. Let's get that over here. Okay. If friends were like flowers, I'd pick you. Now that's that cute little tulip. It's called Sunshine and Tulips, and unfortunately the dies are gone. But there are, as of day before yesterday, they still had the stamp set. And I stamped some little tulips at the bottom. Now the stamp is only about that big. So I started in the middle and then stamped on each side. And I did that before I adhered it to the inside of the card. Okay, here was the other one that, see, I hadn't done, it's elegant looking too. I think it'd be really pretty in silver, but I didn't color anything like I did on these. So that's just another idea. Now, while we were at convention, we got to play with some products, and one of the new things that's coming out, I don't know if I can tell you, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this or not, but we've got some new masks coming out. The one I'm looking at right now, that's like a giraffe, could be a turtle, but anyway, you put the mask down and use your sponges or your blending brushes to bring in the color. And you can see how I did it here too. And one of the other masks has the dots. And this one was made with the Fern and Floral stamp set. It's brand new. And oh, it just has some beautiful dies that cuts out the fern pieces. This was with the same set. And I just love the way that the ferns came out when they were die cut. Now this card was done by my roommate at convention. Her name's Judy Allen, and I just love the way this came out. She's embossed, used an embossing folder here. We used to sell this little gold ribbon it's about a good inch wide, maybe a little bit wider, but it just gives a little touch of gold there. And then she cut out her hearts. The large heart was cut out of designer paper. And I just thought that was very pretty. Now, okay, we're at the bottom of my box, but I did want to show you one of the designer papers that's coming out called Scenic Coast. And there are 8 sheets of 6x6, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but it's shiny. Can you see? Yeah, now you can see it. And all of the pieces have some glimmer to it, and they're just beautiful. There's another one. They're all very similar, but different too. This one, it's the shimmers on the water. Back in the sky here. Or I guess you could turn it upside down and that could be the water. Maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. And let's see if there was one more pattern. Okay. And I don't have the colors. I must have taken the little sheet out that had the colors on it. Oh, wait, maybe they're right here. And look, the back has some really cool looking designs. Vibrant paper that looks like a sunset. Ooh, it's pouring rain here. Okay, let's see what colors they use. It's called Scenic Coast, and it is Balmy Blue, Blueberry Blush. Oh, I'm sorry, Blueberry Bushel. This is tiny. Crushed Curry, Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, and Strawberry Slush. So, that is all that I have for you today. And I hope maybe some of those cards gave you some ideas. And like I said, if you don't, in the catalogs, they have pages where you can, let me see if I can pull one up right quick, that have recipes. And let's see, this is our annual catalog, and of course, probably won't be able to find it right off. But anyway, there's a little section that shows cards. Nope, that's not it. Here it is. Okay, now these were for scrapbook pages, but they also have, now you can see it better, they also have it for cards. But this is just a recipe. Shows you how you can do your layers. And if you didn't have a circle punch or a circle die, you could use a different shape. There we go. If you don't have our banners punch, you could use something else. But it just gives you an idea of placement and some things that you can do to liven up your pages. And I like to go to these when I am stuck and I'm just having lost my mojo and need to get things ramped back up. So I hope that'll help you, and I hope you enjoyed this video so that you can get some ideas and see what talented demonstrators we have out there. And if you'd like to place an order, please go to Stampin' at the Bird Nest. Let me see if I can, oops. You can't see it. Stampin'attheBirdNest.com and place your order with me. And I would love to have you as part of my group. So, until then, tomorrow's Good Friday. Have a blessed day and have a wonderful Easter. Hope the Easter Bunny comes to see you and brings lots of good chocolate. That's what I love. Have a great rest of the weekend, and I love you. Come back and see me. Bye.